Hey guys, Ryan Kimball here, Ketogenic Fasting Health Coach. I want to talk to you today about extended fasting and a way of getting into the benefits of extended fasting faster. So there is a very specific set of bodily activations, I guess you could say, biochemical processes, healing processes that occur as you go through different stages of fasting. So in the beginning, as most of you may know, you get into ketosis, you're burning fat for fuel. It's one of the first things that starts to kick in. Somewhere around 15 hours for most people, you start getting into some sort of mild state of ketosis, and it deepens. It usually only deepens as you continue through the fast. Sometimes it cyclically deepens, but generally the overall trend is that you're getting into a deeper state of ketosis. And then after that, a lot of other things occur. One of them is autophagy. So this is usually for many people around 16, 17 hours. Person starts going into autophagy state where they are actually cleaning up these damaged proteins in the body. And the body is actually breaking them down again and reconstructing them maybe to use them, or just detoxing them, getting rid of them. And then from autophagy go into mitophagy, and this is where the body is actually cleaning up, repairing, and replacing your mitochondria, which are your powerhouses in each cell. And there are many of these mitochondria in a cell, and they're very concentrated in our nervous system and brain cells, and very concentrated in different parts of the body that are essential for us to operate, both to give the energy to heal the body and remain in a good state of health, but also give you the energy to live life and to have that drive and that ability to overcome the inertia of life, so to speak, that is needed. And this all happens with this autophagy to mitophagy process. And then also, I have a little sheet here just to make sure we cover everything. Also around 17 hours, you have a cellular detox that goes along with this autophagy process. So not only are we cleaning up these proteins, but we're also cleaning up bad bacteria or bacteria that's imbalanced in your body and helping get rid of that as well. This all occurs just by engaging in fasting. Then around 24 hours, a lot of other things start to occur. So you have a deepened state of autophagy, you have a deepened state of ketosis, which gives its own benefits. But then also you start having the production of stem cells. And these are the master cells that can be used to heal any part of the body. They start regenerating in the gut, it appears, for most people, around this 24-hour mark. And then they proliferate out from there, and they go systemic the longer you fast. Also at 24 hours, you have brain-derived neurotropic factor, which is the neurotropic factor, BDNF, that it helps produce more brain cells and helps clean up and get rid of the tired and damaged brain cells. So it's another thing that gives you another layer of healing, basically. This all occurs around 24 hours. And then if you extend it out into 36 hours, so you basically have a deepening of all of these processes that I've talked about. So you have more stem cell regeneration now proliferating out into other areas of the body. You have BDNF being produced. You also have GABA being produced, which GABA kind of acts as it allows the body to rebalance things as, BDNF is producing these new cells. Now they're kind of rebalanced and brought into a homeostatic state. So you feel calm, you feel more cognitively alert. And then you also have deeper states of autophagy, more mitophagy occurring. And the anti-inflammatory state of having very low insulin now really kicks in as you pass that 24-hour mark. We all know that when insulin goes lower, you become more sensitive to it, and it has an anti-inflammatory effect on your body and on your organs. So you get a lot of gut healing at that 24-hour to 36-hour mark, because reduction of inflammation, reduction of toxic byproducts through autophagy, increased stem cell proliferation for healing, and all the benefits of mitophagy giving you more energy to make healing occur as well, in the gut and everywhere else for that matter. And then 48 hours is a really interesting spot, because around 48 hours it's been shown that for a lot of people, autophagy goes into overdrive, and it can increase by up to 500%. At right around that 48-hour mark, it just seems to jump for whatever reason. It's just a biological reaction that occurs. And there's also seems to be some sort of reset that happens hormonally. You may have heard of the happy hormones, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. these all seem to reset when you get to this level of around 48 hours. So you can have something where your body is so stimulated all the time, it's having to deal with so many factors physically, stimulus from your environment, stress, etc., that it's always on, and there becomes a lowered sensitivity to the hormones that produce feelings of happiness, to the hormones that produce feelings of contentment, and to the hormones that allow us to have the bodily processes we need to stay healthy. So as the body becomes less sensitive to all these hormones, it's called down-regulating, it needs to produce more and more of them, similar to insulin, right? So as it produces more and more of them, that sensitivity becomes lower and lower. And there's this resistance to your proper response to insulin that occurs after living a life of unhealthy habits and exposure to toxins and all that. So this reset that occurs seems to be that they've been unstimulated and allowed to heal for so long, this 48-hour or beyond period, that they become more sensitive again in a good way. And you don't need as much of that hormone to produce the result. So the higher levels of hormone, that overdrive of having to produce lots of dopamine to get any sort of relief, or lots of serotonin, or lots of oxytocin, or insulin, or whatever it is, becomes less. And so you have an ability for your body to kind of relax, but have a higher level of energy. It's a very powerful state to gain. And that all occurs around 48 hours. Now, 72 hours, I don't necessarily have a lot of people who do that, but basically everything deepens, and you get a complete proliferation of the stem cell regeneration. It seems to just go systemic at that point, around 72 hours. So if you're up to it, that's how you would do these extended fasts, and that's what the benefits that you would get. Now, if you want to shorten that up, if you want to get all of these benefits faster, there is a way of doing that, and that's by adding something called proteolytic enzymes to your fast. So proteolytic enzymes are enzymes that break down proteins, basically. Your body produces some. You can get them from food you eat. You may have heard of pineapple, has bromelain in it. It's a proteolytic enzyme, very popular. There have been a lot of studies done with bromelain as a proteolytic enzyme to help stop or mitigate disease processes. So this has been in use for a while, over 20 years now. When you use it while you're fasting, those enzymes aren't drawn to your digestive tract necessarily, because there's not food there that needs to be digested with those proteolytic enzymes. So they go systemic, and they help with the autophagy and mitophagy processes. So you get into that autophagy state faster. So if around 12, 15 hours you take some proteolytic enzymes with some apple cider vinegar, which will also deepen your state of fasting, your state of autophagy, and your state of ketosis, etc. So you take your apple cider vinegar and your proteolytic enzymes, and take them, 1 or 2 capsules. You don't have to take a full dose like you would for a meal. If you take more than that, realize they're not being used in the same way. So 1 or 2 capsules is usually fine. And then use that to help you get into autophagy faster, which will then accelerate the entire process. So you may get into stem cell regeneration even sooner than 24 hours. You may deepen that state of autophagy even faster. In fact, you definitely will. Just don't know how fast. Everyone's different. And one thing you can use to measure this is if you take too many proteolytic enzymes, you'll throw yourself out. So you don't want to try doing a whole handful because it could have the opposite effect where you start going out. There's so many enzymes doing so many things that your body needs, okay, well, something's got to change. I'm going to need some food to help handle some of this enzyme overload, right? So you just want to take 1 or 2. And then if you've gone a few more hours and you're doing a really extended 48-hour fast, you can take another 1 or 2. Maybe every 4 or 5 hours or so. Or you could just take them once and allow that to be what occurs. It's up to you. There's not really a guideline on this. But I have done this myself and with others, and we've noticed the benefits that you usually get at extended fasts happening much sooner. So I'd highly recommend experimenting with this. It's very simple. It may sound too simple. I should make it more regimented or use fancier words here or something, but it's that powerful. And simple, powerful truths and application of them are things that can change your life. So use this. Give it some value. Use it to improve your state of health. Do some fasting. Take some proteolytic enzymes. Don't make it complicated. Find some bromelain. If you work with a holistic health practitioner, they will definitely be able to get you proteolytic enzymes. And then use your apple cider vinegar. Go for it. Have fun. Okay, great. If you'd like more information, info@Longevity Fitness and Health, or social media at Longevity Fitness and Health. Leave me a comment. I'll get right back to you. Click one of the links below or wherever it is, depending on where you're watching this, and I'd be happy to work with you and help you. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day.